Beneath your feet, hidden inside the darkness of the soil, an entire civilization is working right now. Millions of tiny creatures are moving through underground tunnels, building chambers, growing food, protecting their queen, and maintaining a world that can survive without human help. We call them termites. Most people know termites as silent destroyers, insects that eat wood and damage homes. But that is only the surface story. Because deep underground, termites are not just eating. They are engineering. They build structures with their own climate control systems. They create underground cities with ventilation networks that allow millions of individuals to survive in perfect conditions. They organize workers and soldiers with a level of cooperation that looks almost impossible for creatures with brains smaller than a grain of sand. A termite colony is not a collection of insects. It is a living machine. A hidden empire where every individual has a role, every tunnel has a purpose, and every movement helps maintain a civilization that can exist for decades. But the most incredible part is this. These tiny architects may be controlling the world beneath us more than we realize. They recycle dead plants, reshape soil, influence ecosystems, and build some of the most advanced natural structures on Earth. So how did evolution create a creature capable of building underground cities without blueprints, machines, or technology? And what secrets are hidden inside the silent kingdoms beneath our feet? This is the hidden world of termites. For millions of years, termites have been building a hidden world beneath our feet, a world made of tunnels, chambers, and complex systems that most humans will never see. We often think of termites as simple insects that destroy wood, but beneath that image is something far more advanced. A colony that works like a single living system. Millions of individuals cooperating without a leader, creating structures that can regulate temperature, protect their population, and survive for generations. Their cities are not built with machines or technology. They are built through evolution. And to understand how these tiny architects created one of nature's most incredible civilizations, we must go below the surface. Beneath the surface of the Earth, hidden away from sunlight and human eyes, exists a world that operates almost like a city. There are roads, there are chambers, there are workers, there are defenders, and at the center of it all, a single queen producing the next generation. This is the underground civilization of termites. To understand termites, we first need to forget the way we see them. They are not simply insects crawling around looking for wood. They are social organisms that have spent millions of years perfecting cooperation. A single termite has very limited abilities. It cannot build a massive structure alone. It cannot defend an entire colony alone. It cannot survive for generations alone. But together, millions of termites become something completely different. A superorganism, a living system where every individual contributes to the survival of the whole colony. The story begins when a new colony is created. During certain seasons, winged termites known as alates leave their original colonies in a massive flight. Thousands of them rise into the air. They are searching for one thing, a place to begin a new kingdom. After finding a suitable location, a male and female pair separate from the swarm. They lose their wings, and they become the founders of a new colony, the king and queen. At first, the colony is extremely small. Only 2 termites, no army, no workers, no giant structure, just a pair hidden underground trying to survive. The queen begins producing eggs. Those first offspring become the foundation of everything that follows. As the population grows, different roles begin to appear. Some termites become workers. Their job is construction, food collection, caring for young termites, and maintaining the colony. Others become soldiers. Their bodies are specially designed for defense. They have larger heads, stronger jaws, and sometimes chemical weapons to protect the colony from enemies. And then there is the queen. Unlike most insects, termite queens can live for many years and produce enormous numbers of eggs. She becomes the biological center of the colony. But the queen does not control the colony like a human ruler. There are no commands, no instructions being given. The entire system works through communication. Termites use chemical signals called pheromones. These invisible messages allow them to share information. They can recognize colony members. They can identify danger. They can guide other termites toward food sources. They can even influence how other termites behave. A termite colony does not need a central brain. Instead, intelligence emerges from millions of small interactions. This is one of nature's strangest ideas. Complex systems created by simple individuals. A single termite is not intelligent in the way humans are. But a colony can solve problems. It can repair damage, it can expand, it can adapt. The intelligence is not inside one termite. It exists between them. This is why scientists often compare termite colonies to other superorganisms like ant colonies or bee colonies. The individual is only one small part. The colony is the true living system, and nowhere is this more obvious than in their architecture. A termite mound may look like a simple pile of soil from the outside, but inside, it is a carefully organized structure. Different areas have different purposes. There are chambers for raising young, storage areas for food, protected spaces for the queen, and networks of tunnels connecting everything together. Some termite species build structures that can reach several meters high. These giant towers are not random piles of dirt. They are survival machines. The most impressive feature is their ability to control the environment. Inside a termite mound, temperature and airflow must remain stable. The colony contains millions of individuals that are sensitive to environmental changes. Too much heat can be dangerous. Too little airflow can become deadly. So termites create natural ventilation systems. Warm air rises through certain channels. Fresh air enters through others. The structure itself helps regulate the internal environment. A building system created without architects, no blueprints, no computers, no construction equipment. Only evolution refining the design across millions of years. This is what makes termites fascinating. They are not just surviving in their environment, they are reshaping it. Their tunnels change the soil. Their feeding habits recycle dead plant material. Their colonies create habitats for other organisms. They are builders and engineers of ecosystems, but their success also comes with a cost. Because the same ability that allows termites to build incredible cities allows them to become one of humanity's most destructive insects. Wood is not just material to them, it is energy, a source of survival. And because human homes contain huge amounts of processed wood, our cities can accidentally become perfect food sources. But this conflict between humans and termites is only one small part of their story. The real mystery is how these tiny creatures created societies that function on such a massive scale. How millions of insects communicate, how they coordinate construction, how they defend a kingdom without a leader, and how a creature with a brain smaller than a grain of sand can contribute to a civilization that behaves like one giant organism. The underground city is only the beginning, because the deeper we look, the more we discover that termites are not simple destroyers. They are architects, they are engineers, they are builders of hidden worlds, and their greatest creations are waiting beneath the surface. When humans build cities, we use steel, concrete, glass, and machines. We create detailed plans. We use technology to control temperature, airflow, and structure. But termites have been solving similar problems for millions of years, without any of these tools. Their cities are built from simple materials: soil, saliva, plant matter, and the collective actions of thousands or millions of tiny workers. Yet the result can be one of the most advanced structures in the natural world. A termite mound is not just a home. It is a carefully designed environment, a living building that breathes. To understand this, we have to look inside. From the outside, a termite mound may appear simple: a tower of mud rising from the ground. But hidden beneath the surface is a complex network of tunnels and chambers. Every section has a purpose. Some chambers protect the queen, others raise young termites, some store food, others act as pathways connecting different areas of the colony. The entire structure is constantly changing. Workers are always repairing damage, moving materials, expanding tunnels, adjusting the environment. The mound is never truly finished. It is alive with activity. One of the most impressive features of termite architecture is climate control. A colony can contain millions of termites, and all of them require stable conditions to survive. Temperature changes, humidity changes, lack of oxygen, too much carbon dioxide. Any of these problems could threaten the colony. So termites evolved a natural ventilation system. The mound contains carefully arranged passages that allow air to move through the structure. Warm air rises. Cooler air enters. Gases are exchanged. The colony maintains a more stable environment even when outside conditions change. It is a biological version of a modern ventilation system. But termites are not consciously designing these structures. A termite does not understand architecture. It does not know how airflow works. It does not have a blueprint. Instead, every termite follows simple biological instructions. Move soil. Follow chemical signals. Respond to temperature. Respond to vibrations. Add material where needed. Remove material where necessary. And when thousands of termites follow these simple behaviors together, a complex structure emerges. This is called swarm intelligence, a phenomenon where simple individuals create advanced systems through cooperation. The same principle can be seen in ant colonies, bee colonies, and even some human-made computer systems. The intelligence does not come from one individual. It comes from the network. A termite colony is like a living algorithm. Each termite follows basic rules, but the combined result is something much greater. This ability becomes even more impressive when termites build massive structures. Some termite mounds can rise several meters above the ground. These towers can survive extreme weather conditions: heavy rain, strong winds, intense heat. Inside, the colony remains protected. The mound becomes a fortress. But the real engineering happens underground. The visible tower is only part of the city. Beneath it can exist a huge network of tunnels spreading through the soil. These tunnels connect different parts of the colony. They allow workers to move safely. They provide access to food sources. They help defend the colony from threats. The underground world is where most of the termite civilization exists, and this hidden architecture changes the environment around it. Termites constantly move soil. They create channels that improve water movement. They break down dead plant material. They return nutrients to the ecosystem. In many environments, termites act like natural engineers. They reshape landscapes without humans even noticing. But their building abilities also reveal another mystery. How do millions of termites know what to build? How does a colony decide where to expand? How does it know when a tunnel is needed? The answer lies in communication. Termites do not speak with sounds like humans. Instead, they communicate through chemicals, touch, and vibrations. A worker termite can leave chemical trails that guide others. If food is discovered, more workers can follow the signal. If danger appears, alarm chemicals can spread through the colony. If a tunnel needs repair, workers can detect changes and respond. The colony behaves almost like one connected body. Information moves from termite to termite. Small actions become large-scale decisions. This is why termite cities seem almost impossible. There is no architect standing above the colony, no leader giving orders, no individual controlling the entire system. The structure is created by cooperation, millions of small decisions combining into one massive design. And this raises one of nature's biggest questions. Can intelligence exist without a single intelligent mind? Termites suggest the answer may be yes. Because beneath the ground, a civilization is operating through pure cooperation. A civilization that has survived millions of years. A civilization that builds, repairs, adapts, and continues growing in silence. But architecture is only one part of their secret, because behind every termite city is a powerful social system, a world of workers, soldiers, and specialized roles that allows the colony to function like a single living organism. And to understand the true power of termites, we must look deeper into the society that keeps these hidden cities alive. A human city cannot function without people taking different roles. Builders, farmers, engineers, security forces, workers. Every person contributes something different. But imagine a civilization where every individual is born, knowing exactly what role they must perform. A society where millions of members cooperate without a government, without written rules, and without a single leader controlling the entire system. This is the world of termites. A termite colony is not just a group of insects living together. It behaves like one enormous organism. Scientists call this a superorganism, a system where many individual creatures combine their actions to create something greater than themselves. The same way cells work together to create a human body, millions of termites work together to create a colony. Each termite is like a tiny part of a much larger machine. The workers are the foundation of this civilization. They are responsible for almost everything. They build tunnels, they repair damaged structures, they collect food, they care for young termites, they maintain the environment inside the colony. Without workers, the entire civilization would collapse. But workers are not just simple laborers. They are highly coordinated builders. When a tunnel is damaged, they immediately respond. When new space is needed, they expand the colony. When food becomes available, they organize transport systems to move resources back home. All of this happens without a manager giving instructions. The workers simply respond to chemical signals and environmental changes. Then there are the soldiers. Their purpose is completely different. They are the defenders of the colony. Unlike workers, soldiers are not designed for construction or gathering food. Their bodies are specialized for protection. Many species have powerful jaws capable of attacking enemies. Others can release chemical substances to repel attackers. Some termite soldiers are so specialized that they cannot even feed themselves. They depend on workers to provide food. Their entire existence is dedicated to one mission: protecting the colony. The enemy of termites is everywhere: ants, other insects, predators, and even rival termite colonies. A termite mound may look peaceful from outside, but inside there is a constant struggle for survival. This is why defense is such an important part of termite society. But perhaps the most fascinating member of the colony is the queen. The queen is the reproductive center of the entire civilization. In some termite species, queens can live for decades. Their bodies can become dramatically larger than ordinary termites. They are specialized for one purpose: producing the next generation. A powerful queen can lay thousands of eggs, allowing the colony to continue growing. But unlike human kingdoms, the queen is not a ruler. She does not command workers. She does not make decisions. She does not control the colony. She is simply another part of the system. The true power of termites comes from cooperation. This is what makes their society so unusual. In human civilizations, decisions usually come from individuals. A leader creates plans. Engineers design structures. Workers follow instructions. But termites work differently. Their entire civilization emerges from simple interactions between individuals. A worker follows a chemical trail. Another worker responds to vibrations. Another begins building. Another repairs damage. No single termite understands the complete picture. Yet together, they create something incredibly complex. This is one of the greatest mysteries of nature. How can simple creatures create intelligent behavior? The answer is collective intelligence. A termite colony does not think like a human brain. Instead, information spreads through thousands or millions of interactions. A damaged tunnel creates signals. Workers detect those signals. They respond. The structure changes. The colony adapts. The intelligence belongs to the system, not the individual. This idea has fascinated scientists for decades. Researchers study termite behavior to understand how complex systems can emerge from simple rules. Even engineers have studied termite mounds for inspiration. Because termites solve problems, humans spend enormous amounts of energy trying to solve. How to control temperature, how to manage airflow, how to organize resources, how to build efficiently, all while using almost no external energy. But the most surprising part of termite society is their farming ability. Some termite species do not simply search for food, they create it. They cultivate underground fungal gardens. Inside protected chambers, termites grow fungi that help break down plant material. The termites provide the fungus with resources. The fungus provides nutrition in return. It is an ancient partnership that has existed for millions of years. Long before humans developed agriculture, termites were already farming. They were creating controlled food systems beneath the ground. This changes the way we see them. They are not just insects searching for survival, they are farmers, builders, architects, defenders, and ecosystem engineers. Their society is one of the most successful on Earth. But every successful civilization has enemies, and termites have developed powerful strategies to survive attacks from creatures that would love to destroy their hidden kingdoms. Because beneath the surface, a war is always happening, a battle between termites and the predators trying to break into their underground world. And the next part reveals how these tiny architects defend some of the most advanced insect cities on the planet. For millions of years, termites have been building civilizations hidden from the human world. They have created underground cities, developed complex societies, built natural climate systems, and transformed the environments around them. But their greatest achievement may not be their architecture. It may be their ability to survive. Because every termite colony exists in a dangerous world. A world filled with predators, changing environments, and constant threats. Yet these tiny insects continue to thrive. Their survival begins with one powerful advantage: cooperation. A single termite is vulnerable. It can be eaten, it can be crushed, it can disappear without leaving any impact. But a colony of millions is something completely different. It becomes a force, a living system capable of defending itself against threats much larger than individual termites. One of their greatest enemies is the ant. Ants and termites have been rivals for millions of years. Both species create powerful colonies. Both have soldiers. Both compete for resources. And when their worlds collide, a battle begins beneath the surface. Ants can invade termite colonies looking for food. They attack tunnels. They enter chambers. They try to destroy the colony from within. But termites have developed specialized defenses. Soldier termites stand at the entrances of tunnels. They block invaders. They use their powerful jaws. Some species release chemical defenses. Others sacrifice themselves to protect the colony. This is one of the strangest examples of survival in nature. Individual termites are willing to die so the entire civilization can continue. The colony survives because every individual acts for the greater system. But termites do not only defend against enemies, they also defend against the environment itself. A termite colony must survive extreme conditions: heat, flooding, dry seasons, temperature changes. The underground city provides protection, but the colony must constantly adapt. Workers repair damaged areas. They rebuild tunnels. They adjust airflow. They maintain the conditions necessary for survival. The colony is never truly inactive, even when the outside world appears silent. Inside the mound, millions of tiny movements continue. This endless activity is what allows termite civilizations to survive for generations. But termites have another hidden power: their impact on the planet itself. Many people see termites only as destructive insects, especially when they damage wooden buildings. But in natural ecosystems, termites play a completely different role. They are some of the most important recyclers on Earth. Dead plants, fallen trees, old vegetation. All of this material contains nutrients that ecosystems need. Termites break down this organic matter. They return nutrients to the soil. They improve soil structure. They create pathways for water and air. Their underground activity changes entire landscapes. In some environments, termites are not destroying nature. They are helping create it. They are engineers of the ecosystem. A forest without termites would function differently. The movement of nutrients would change. The soil would change. Other organisms would be affected. This reveals one of nature's greatest lessons. A creature can be harmful in one environment and essential in another. To humans, termites inside a house are a problem. To the natural world, termites are builders. Their story is not simply about destruction, it is about balance. But perhaps the most fascinating question remains: how did such a small creature become so successful? The answer is time. Termites have been evolving for over 100 million years. Generation after generation improved their strategies, their communication, their architecture, their social systems, their survival methods. They did not become powerful because one termite was extraordinary. They became powerful because millions worked together over millions of years. This is the true secret of termites. Not size, not strength, not intelligence like humans understand it. Their power comes from cooperation. A colony where every individual contributes. A civilization where survival belongs to the group. A hidden empire built beneath our feet. And perhaps the most surprising truth is this: while humans build cities that reach toward the sky, termites have been building their own cities underground for millions of years. They do not need machines. They do not need technology. They only need evolution. The next time you see a small mound of dirt rising from the ground, remember what may exist beneath it. A hidden world, a living city, a civilization that never sleeps. Because beneath our feet, the termites are still building. For most of our lives, we walk across the ground without thinking about what exists beneath it. But below the surface, millions of tiny architects are constantly working, building, repairing, communicating, creating civilizations that have survived longer than many human structures. Termites remind us that size does not determine importance. A creature smaller than a finger can reshape landscapes. A colony without a leader can create incredible architecture. And a hidden world beneath our feet can be far more complex than we ever imagined. They are not simply insects that destroy wood. They are builders of ecosystems, engineers of the underground, and one of nature's greatest examples of cooperation. The next time you see a small mound rising from the soil, remember that you may not be looking at a pile of dirt. You may be looking at the entrance to a hidden civilization, a world that never stopped building. This is Nature Declassified, revealing the hidden systems, mysteries, and intelligence behind the natural world. Subscribe for more cinematic documentaries exploring the secrets of life on Earth.